All right, Dennis, it was 5 straight losses. Do they still have tackling issues? Sure. Do they allow a season high for yardage for Cardinals running back David Johnson? Yeah. Do they really call back-to-back timeouts? Yes, a penalty. But all it takes is a look at the scoreboard to simply say, finally. It's hard to win in this league.
It is hard. It's hard. The adversity that we go through, you know, if you hit in the mouth, you got to get back up and hit them back. And, you know, we did that today. We showcased that today. So, you know, I'm real proud of this team, man, real proud.
With all the distractions, all the guys that aren't on our team anymore that we started with, all the guys that we thought were going to be here and never made it, you know, and we won the game.
Rookie out of Auburn on a 35-yard attempt, and the Raiders have won it.
What was it like in that locker room? I heard a lot of hooping. I heard a lot of, hey, where's the rookie at?
yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of celebrating. You know, it's been a while coming.
What a debut for wide receiver Marcel Aitman. He's waited 14 weeks after being cut, thrown on the practice squad, and then added to the roster because veterans were either hurt or traded.
What was it like in the locker room after getting the game ball?
Man, it was almost put tears in my eyes. This is my first game, you know what I mean? Being able to get a win in Arizona, it's definitely a memory I won't forget.
We're shorthanded. Somebody had to step up. We had a long way to go, and that was a signature play of his career. That helped us win a football game. Happy for him.
Was it a clean game? No. We saw John Gruden's annoyance with his quarterback after a blunder forced a punt.
We had a mild disagreement. But you know what? That's part of this business. You know, we're going to have times where we clash a little bit. We're also very supportive of one another, and I'm really proud of him. He's been through a lot this year.
When we do that, it's never like a demeaning thing or pointing a finger. It's just we're both yelling the same kind of thing almost, you know. And let's just, all right, well, let's fix it, you know, that kind of a deal, you know. And it was, again, it's not the first time. I doubt it'll be the last time, but everything's good, I promise. We hugged about it.
Well, Dennis, the Raiders are 2-0 against quarterbacks drafted in the first round of the 2018 NFL Draft. 0-8 against everybody else. Silver lining next week, they just might line it up against rookie quarterback Lamar Jackson if he gets the nod for the Baltimore Ravens. In Arizona for game day, I'm Vern Glenn.
Alongside is Lorenzo Neal. And Lorenzo, for the past few weeks, people have accused the Raiders organization and John Gruden of tanking football games. You could see by the emotion after the game that was not the case.
Absolutely, Dennis. Everyone says, oh, this Raider team's tanking for a draft pick. Not the case. You saw Derek Carr and John Gruden. I mean, they were almost in blows, going back and forth, yelling, shouting match. And you see that in the heat of the moment. That was a game they felt like they were always in, and you saw the competitive edge, especially in the Raiders, from the coaching, from the players. Everyone was intense. They were locked in. So, no tanking there.
Start offensively. I mentioned Derek Carr, but it was really the Rennie game. Richard, Martin, and Washington, 152 yards rushing. Big. That's the most since week 2 of last year. Why was it so effective today?
I think they just made a sort of effort to say, let's go. And they ran behind the 2 big fellas. That's right, Rodney Hudson, and you saw Osemele get out there. They were creating space and giving the running backs running lanes, and they weren't getting hit in the backfield. They were getting to the second level. And anytime your offensive line can get that type of push, Dennis, you're going to get that running game going.
Josh Rosen, 9 of 20, 136 yards. They did give up 137 to David Johnson, but they really contained him in the first half. Why defensively was the Raiders so much improved?
I think that it starts up front, like you talked about, where the offensive line, for far as the Raiders, they were able to create a new line of scrimmage. You saw the Raiders, the young guys especially, creating a new line of scrimmage, getting in the backfield, creating a new line of scrimmage, pushing back, and you saw guys gang tackling, not letting David Johnson get started, not letting him get into the second level. They were hitting him in the backfield. This was a great job up front, and the linebackers getting downhill and hitting David Johnson a lot of times in the backfield.
Bottom line, this is the Arizona Cardinals. They only have 2 wins. They
true.
both came against the 49ers. They're not a good football team. So what's your takeaway?
What I've taken away from this game, that the Raiders wanted it more, they competed, and they found a way to win it when they needed to.
It gives you something in the morning show.
Yeah,
Joe Loma did something to talk about for fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. Finally got a win. There we go.